Hi, my name is MarcAnthony Roman. My wife is Julie Roman, or Jules. I wanted to share with you guys a parting of the Red Sea moment. And what I mean by that is an absolute, with our backs up against the wall, no way out of this other than God's miraculous intervention. I'm self-employed, and as anybody that's owned their own business knows, sometimes when business is bad, people don't pay you, and that puts you in a bad financial situation. Matter of fact, it got so bad that we were about to lose our car. We were 72 hours away from losing our home, and we had no resources. And the funny thing about it is, you have all of your backups that you think you have, and they were all gone. There was nothing there. I do a lot of work with veterans groups and help people that are in bad situations get help. So I thought, hey, I got a nice database of people I can call and get some help. Nothing. I even, for the first time in my life, asked my dad. I asked him for money. That didn't go. And so we had nothing except God's promise. We've been in bad situations before, and this isn't the first time. God's always been faithful because we've always been tithers. God's word says that, actually in Malachi, that's the only time we're allowed to test them. And boy, were we testing them. But so we didn't know what to do. We were given an eviction notice that we had to leave by Friday. But one of the good things about that, were God working, that because it was a Friday, they don't do any kind of those things on the weekend, so we had till Monday. So we had a couple extra days. Even still over the weekend, nothing. So Friday morning, I was making some phone calls. And again, I work with a lot of veterans groups. And I found the number to a group I'd never worked with before. And got on the phone with them and talked to them. And it wasn't very promising. Matter of fact, the guy on the other end was kind of rude. But, normally I'd just say, well, heck with this. I'll just do it my own way. But I said, no, I got to let God work. And so I bit my tongue and sent this guy the information about everything that was going on, sent him a copy of the eviction notice. This is at 10 o'clock in the morning. Went through the day. I wasn't expecting to hear back from him. At 3:30, I got a phone call. Say, hey, I need you to be here in half an hour with all your paperwork. Well, I didn't have all the paperwork he was looking for, but he said, come on in. Okay. So I got into the office. He sat me down. He says, well, we're going to fill out as much of this as we can. It's going to take about 3 hours, but we'll get through this in however much we can. And the whole time he's sitting down, he's making statements like, we're almost done with this. It's only been 20 minutes. I can't believe we're getting through this fast. Or 3 different times he said, now, I don't know why we're doing this, but we're going to help you. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, I know why you're doing this. But there was still no idea as to whether they were going to or what they were going to. We're talking $5,700 that we needed. So, and a lot of these groups don't have that kind of money, but at least, it was something. It was anything, any port in a storm. So by the time we got done, I filled out the rest of the paperwork and I got ready to leave. I said, well, what do we do next? He said, well, I'll call you on Monday and let you know what's going on. I'm going, hey, Monday is when we're supposed to be out. So I went about the day Monday, went to a meeting, got a phone call, and he said, well, we've got all the paperwork done and you're all set. I said, well, what do you mean I'm all set? Is the paperwork done? He says, well, no, your landlord has the check already for payment in full. I was like, huh? God's never too late. In our minds, maybe he doesn't work the way, or at least in my mind, he may not work in the schedule that I'd like him to, but he's never too late. And the thing is, these are the moments that help you build your faith. These are the moments that help you see that, God does it his way, and we don't always know the best way. And sometimes these situations are allowed so that God can show himself to us. And one of the great things about it is my wife was golden throughout this whole thing. Never once did she say, well, we better not give that tithe money. We better put it towards the bill. And she was incredibly supportive and stood with me and stood on God's word with me. That was a big plus for me. It made it easier for me to do it. And I just want to encourage everybody. I hear people say they can't afford to tithe. Can't afford not to. God's promise is God's promise.